Broken Arrow. It seems the US are going to do something questionable. Let's find out.
Counselor, alarming communication from Kunis. The Russians have launched a massive assault across the river, supported by airstrikes and a heavy artillery barrage. The Lithuanian forces have lost their cohesion, and our troops were forced to retreat.
Numinis River is our last line of defense. If the Russians cross it, it's over. We lose the Baltic states, and who knows where they will stop. Order a counterattack immediately!
Sir, our troops have already had their asses handed to them by the artillery. If they attack, they won't last an hour. The Russians have committed everything they have to this assault.
Exactly, and it is time to turn this disaster into a golden opportunity. We have one last chance to stop them, and I need a distraction for the Russians. Order the counterattack!
But I don't understand. What's the point? Without any reinforcements coming, this is a useless sacrifice.
Stop contesting my orders, Williams. I've brought you up to this position. I can bring you all the way down if I want. I don't know if you've noticed, but we're losing this war. So I hope I don't have to justify myself every minute over the death of a few hundred soldiers. Order the counterattack now!
No! I refuse to participate in this slaughter if you don't tell me what's going on first.
I see. Well, look. There is a dam overlooking the city holding 500 million cubic meters of water. So if this dam happened to be destroyed, the entire valley would be flooded. All the pontoons, bridges, and all the Russian troops and their equipment massed for the assault would be washed away. This would also create an uncrossable natural barrier for weeks, if not months to come, giving us time to reorganize our defense and save us from a humiliating defeat. Captain, are you and your men ready?
Always, sir. Mission objectives are clear. 3-man green light teams. Low altitude drop in the river. Swim downstream, plant the device, and kaboom.
Perfect. You know about the procedure?
We all know the procedure, sir. It's been an honor.
For me too, Captain.
Wait, what device? A few swimmers will never be able to carry enough explosive to blow up the dam. And this is the plan for which you're ready to sacrifice all our men? This is crazy!
Williams. Always sticking your nose where you shouldn't, aren't you? I can see your motivation has waned recently. So let me explain what's gonna happen. And I hope this will cheer you up and make you fully cooperative again. Have you ever heard of Saddam?
The dictator?
No, the bomb. Special atomic demolition munition. A man-portable, low-yield nuclear device. Most of them were decommissioned at the end of the Cold War. But of course, we kept a few just in case. So believe me, the dam will definitely blow up.
A nuclear bomb? Are you insane? I refuse to participate in this operation.
Oh, you are participating in this operation, Lieutenant Colonel Williams. Look, you are even leading it according to these papers bearing your signature. Which means that if the mission were to fail, be assured you would be the one taking the blame, not me. So I would put all my skills and effort into making it succeed if I were you. Remember, I'm only an advisor here, and I strongly advise you to do exactly as I say.
Lithuanian forces are under heavy attack and require our immediate assistance.
There is nothing we can do for them. You would only be delaying the inevitable. We need to focus on the dam. The green light team carrying the nuclear device should arrive at any moment. Progress toward the dam. We'll divert enemy attention to give them a clear route.
I refuse to use the Lithuanians as a meat shield just to save a few of our own. Commander, you advance toward the dam. I'll cover your flank and assist the Lithuanians.
Alright, I literally just finished this mission. And I chose to go with Miller's plan because you do get a choice. And I wasn't very satisfied with the mission itself. Like, it was very, very simple. We just had to put some special forces on a point and guard it. And then it was over. And there was a spectacular explosion. But I'm here for a challenge, so we're replaying the mission, and I'm going to choose the other option. And one thing about this mission too is you get the Striker Company for this portion of the mission. And then depending on your choice, you get access to either Miller's or Bennett's faction, which is either Special Forces or, I believe, Marine Deck. So I'm going to play this. We're playing it now on hard as we take out these ATGM positions and try to get an angle on this mortar that's scurrying about. The plan here is I actually want to finish the mission on hard for Bennett, doing the least explosive option, using the Striker Company. So we're going to have to take some time here to marshal up our forces, bring in all the Strykers that I can, and then we will move towards our choice. The Russians, the Lithuanians, and our offsider will continue to fight each other. We just have to progress up the road here. We'll clear out this small village, get that mortar that's putting pressure on the Lithuanians. By then we should have a decent amount of points built up to bring in the rest of the Striker Company. And then if we're going to play with them, we won't be able to bring reinforcements of them. So, force preservation is the key here. A little bit of extra challenge to the mission. As we try to take down this tank. It took one hit from a jav, didn't want any more of that. We've got infantry here, so we want to keep them away from the RPGs. I haven't played the Striker Company since the very first Peacemaker mission where you had to stop the Russian convoy, and I admittedly didn't play them very well. I didn't fully grasp the gameplay itself. So I want to enjoy the Striker Company. I love the high mobility of these weapon systems. Very light in infantry options, but your mainstay troops have a javelin. So they're pretty good in defense. So move fast into an objective, put down competent infantry to hold that position with the fire support.
Look, Commander! Friendly forces are arriving from the west! This is General Bennett to all friendly forces. Watch your fire. We're arriving from
Let's go and hunt down this mortar.
General, thank God you're here!
I was worried I'd miss the fight. I hauled USMC armor all the way from Klaipeda, moving at a forced pace to catch up. Link up with me. Together, we have a chance to stop this assault.
Where'd it go?
General.
There it is.
Maintain your position.
Dismount.
Away from the river, we are going to blow up the dam and drown the whole valley, Russians included.
You realize half the city lies in that valley, don't you?
Believe me, if there were another credible alternative, I would take it. And a few more of our tanks won't change the situation.
So the short of it is that Miller wants to nuke the dam and flood the city and wipe out the Russian forces. Pretty dramatic. So we are going to do the lesser option. We don't want to escalate this war. Miller himself said it wasn't even a war. It's not declared. We just helped the local garrison push back the Russians a bit, resupplied, and just spent all of our points bringing in absolutely everything that we can. So we've got 4 Strykers that can carry infantry, 2 Shorads, all the gun systems we can afford, 2 recon teams, and we'll put them into different groups later on. This should be a relatively sedate drive through the back lines of the battle. So let's enjoy the sights. All the Strykers jockeying for position. I want to keep as many of them alive as possible and not rely on Bennett's forces.
Where do you think you're going, Commander? Williams, keep your subordinate on a short leash, will you?
Sorry, Counselor. In accordance with DoD recommendations, I favor a decentralized command structure. The commander may independently assess the situation and take whatever action is deemed necessary.
Stay with me. Commander, return immediately and head for the dam.
Copy. Relocating. Moving there now. Roger. Moving out.
The Su-25s have just laid waste to a high-rise tower. Looks like our Shorads have opened fire. One hit, one near hit. One Su-25 shot down in the background.
well, Williams. Your orders are clear. Advance towards the dam.
Apologies, Counselor Miller, but you're just an advisor here. The commander doesn't take orders from you.
You're going to regret that, Williams. Crossing me comes with a price. Just ask the General how steep it can be.
So Miller and Bennett have a history, and apparently Bennett's paid a price before.
Strykers ready for combat.
Striker team's almost made it to the zone.
There you are.
A little bit of damage on one of our
Now let's
vehicles on the
win
way.
this battle my way. First, we need to reform a cohesive defensive line. Williams, maintain your positions. Rally as many retreating units as possible and prevent any additional enemy amphibious crossings. Meanwhile, we need to regain control of those bridges, Commander.
Stryker at your command, sir.
This whole campaign feels like it was built to be cooperative. I really hope they do that at some point.
Fighting vehicle is combat ready, sir.
Alright, it's time to break our strikers up into platoons.
Fighting vehicle at your command.
We're getting slammed by ballistic missiles.
I've marked the coordinates of the launch, Commander.
Let's bring in some anti-ballistic missile defense.
Already there.
There are 3 positions it looks like we can take down, and we have enough points here for the Paladin.
Vehicle reporting in.
So as you can see now, our specialization has changed,
Stryker reporting in.
but we have a decent income again.
Stryker awaiting orders.
So these strikers are basically free vehicles.
Reporting in. Copy. Relocating.
Let's try and keep them alive.
Next waypoint.
Obviously, if we take any losses, we will have to supplement them with other forces, but I want to try and keep them alive.
Artillery ready. Send mission. We're on the move.
So we'll let Bennett's Marines do the fighting and dying in the city proper here.
Departing.
We'll get our Paladins to put up some fire onto those high-rise towers in the objective marker. You can't trust a high-rise.
Anti-aircraft.
And we are a bit exposed out here in the open, but I will set up an artillery position just there. We'll attack this one first. Medium duration for the 2 Paladins. Ballistic missiles have just been fired, so once we've cleared these buildings, we'll have to put some fire on the missile batteries. But all of those buildings there pose a danger to us. And to Bennett's Marines.
Ready. Roger. Moving to next waypoint. Roger. We're on the move. Personal carrier ready.
First shot's out, missing the building.
Stryker ready.
Plenty of supplies here for everyone. Let's fix up this striker and then add it back to the infantry.
Fighting vehicle ready for combat.
With the striker company, we don't have many options for infantry, and in this mission we only have the troopers and scouts.
Engaging targets with direct fire.
So we'll have to rely on our SHORAD for helicopter defense. We do have the LAV ADs if we need them, with 4 of them too. But they are inferior in my opinion because they don't have radar. Russian scouts have been uncovered in the forest as we continue to beat up these buildings. Alright, the most dangerous of the teams has been taken out.
Armored transport reporting in.
Let's turn on the radar.
Troop transport ready. Someone asked for a ride?
Mount up the infantry, rejoin them
To the metal.
together to meet up in the forest before we push across the bridge.
Coordinates received.
The strikers aren't amphibious, so we need to make sure we cross that bridge. Keeping an eye out for enemy artillery positions. Trying to spot where it's coming from. No sign of it. Wait! We cleared that building pretty quick. I think that, yes, there's one there. Aha! Spotted.
Party without Hardy.
Counter battery fire. Patriots working to intercept those ballistic missiles. The load seems to be shared between us and our allies. So we should be able to rely on just the one for now. Returning the truck to base, move our mortar carriers up to assault that position there. Force recon is moving towards the buildings near the bridge. Let's bring our own recon teams in. Just in one Humvee, 3 can fit.
Roger, we're Oscar Mike.
Just waiting to see if there's any more enemy artillery fire. Counter battery has commenced.
Striker ready.
Let's move our strikers up. Ooh, we hit something squishy and explodey. But did it kill the artillery? Patriot moving to intercept that ballistic missile.
Disposal, sir. Air defense. Standing
They
by.
aren't aiming for us yet.
Air defense at your disposal, sir.
Counter battery fire continuing. I think we have a success. Let's try and take out the missile launchers. Also, the briefing said that the city had a very dense air defense network. So we have to work to try and uncover where they are,
Order ready. Send mission.
as well as keeping our eye out for Igla teams scattered around.
Fire received. Fire mission received.
So by not using any of the marine forces, we're going to earn quite a good income, which will give us a lot of options when it comes to air power. That was enemy artillery. Where did it come from? We are ready. Fire again, I dare you. Kind of need to take out the missile batteries first.
Direct fire on my mark. Who needs support? Copy. Call for fire received.
They're only firing very short salvos, so it's hard to spot them. It was like 1, maybe 2 shots.
Ready.
Eagle-eyed viewers would have spotted it.
Roger. Moving out. Mobile artillery reporting in. Mortar ready to engage, sir.
I think we're almost ready to cross. I just want to take out the missile batteries first, in case they aim at us as we cross. Firing at maximum range, so there's quite a bit of dispersion. Just going to increase. Oh, we got it. We got it.
Engaging targets with direct fire.
We'll have to reposition closer. It might put us in danger.
Who wants a skylight?
But with only 1 launcher left, our air defense network should be able to cover it easily.
End of the line. Everybody out. Air defense here. We're combat ready.
Let's try and get the snipers across.
Vehicle.
Invisible.
Quiet-like.
On the move. Stealth mode.
One of them can cross the rail bridge.
Give me a target.
Recon vehicle.
Depending on what we find over here,
Over.
we'll make our move. We have access to F-35Bs,
Artillery at your command.
FA-18s, and F-16s for
Providing direct
seed.
fire. Direct fire engagement.
So once we sort of know where the air defense network is, we can bring in the F-16s to clear it out. All the radar-guided stuff. And that might open a corridor for our stealth fighters, the Joint Strike Fighter,
Infiltration underway.
to penetrate
Sniper team.
any other air defenses.
Slow is smooth. Smooth is fast. We move in silence.
And the FA-18 will be our air superiority fighter.
Not a move.
Alright, we spotted a guy.
Who needs support?
Let's make him go away.
Moving.
Can we hit this missile launcher? Yes. Nice and squishy. Let's clear this building now with the big guns while the mortars resupply. I mean, 3 snipers could probably shoot him out, but I don't want to reveal their position.
Mark, direct fire. Engaging targets with direct fire.
Sniper team, reporting in. Slow is smooth. Smooth is fast.
Not spotted at 500 meters is pretty good. Laser designate. There we go. That worked. If we can get one of these snipers into a tower, we'll have great vision.
Mobile artillery standing by.
Let's clear these buildings here. Highly likely to have weapons teams in them.
Direct fire. Engaging target.
So let's just clear the whole shoreline.
Mark, direct fire. Direct fire, engage. I got my ears on. Go ahead.
Plenty of supplies for the mortar carriers.
Need supplies? Unloading. Anti-aircraft here.
Alright, we've spotted a fair amount of infantry still here, near the bridge.
Mortar ready to engage, sir.
But our mortars are ready for them.
Coordinates received. Hey, check out this rooster cruiser they gave me.
Hundreds of gunmen here.
I like slow and steady and as while we can.
Let's hide in
If
that.
they're giving me the opportunity to work around them, I'll take it.
Infiltrating. Snipers here.
Mortar ready.
I believe these have guided rounds too. We just have to set the fire mission up for that.
Sniper team, at your orders, sir.
Mortar ready to fire.
Spotted a tank. We have one of our snipers into the building,
Not a sound.
and one of our snipers is a bit pinned.
Walking like ghosts. Moving quietly.
Most definitely. What was that? Oh no, we just lost a supply truck and our paladins. Exposed. I'm not sure what took them out, but it was a big boom.
Striker here. Go ahead.
They obviously creeped too far forward. They got hit by artillery. I just saw the shell come in.
Copy. We're moving in silence.
Pinpoint precision on the artillery.
Call for fire received.
Sneaking inside.
Well, that was an expensive hit. Because it was a truck full of, what, 13,000 supplies? It's a big artillery shell. Oh, we've spotted AA. Mark it. Does that mean we're shooting ballistic missiles too? One of our allies is.
Changing course.
Let's bring in the suppression of air defense mission. The CJs, we have 8 harms. If we get 1 kill, I'll be happy. Oh, there's 3 systems it looks like. So far the missiles have been intercepted. We've taken 2 out and the 3rd. Let's mark the position just in case there might be another around. That was a highly successful mission and back for the refund.
Ready. Send mission.
Snipers ready.
Now that might help our allied ballistic missiles land some hits. I'm going to mark that building with the laser.
Striker here. We're combat ready.
Just a standard fire mission though, because it's so easy.
There now. Good copy. Next waypoint received.
It's time to move across. We are capturing the zone.
Striker ready.
Ooh, a friendly ballistic missile just came down on our designated target.
Vehicle standing by.
That's teamwork. It's a bit late.
The bank. I'd like to think that was the hardest part, but I doubt it.
Good to go.
Right, let's get across
Under
quickly.
normal circumstances, I tell you to secure the high ground before entering that narrow valley. But right now, we don't have that luxury. We need to move and fast. Miller,
Let's bring some
our troops
extra
are in the
air
middle of the
defense.
valley.
We have a bit of a
Delay that
staging
order.
area here, it seems.
Perfect, General. You're excellent bait for the enemy. Stay put, act natural, and wait for the flash.
God damn it, Commander, we can't let this madness go on. If we manage to repel the Russian assault far enough from the will be saved. I see two options. Either we launch a direct attack on their command and control center and destroy everything there.
Striker reporting.
The Russian military organization is highly centralized. If we cut off the head of the snake, it will completely disrupt their attack and they'll start running around like headless chickens. Option 2, we push toward the dam to stop this bomb. Those Delta Force guys are true believers, willing to die for the mission. But I'd like to think they'll hear us out before pulling the pin.
Sweeping area.
Eliminating the risk of a nuclear mushroom popping up in our backyard would give us more time to figure out how to reach the enemy HQ. But it also certainly gives the Russians more time to prepare. Whatever you do, do it fast, Commander. We're on the clock, literally.
Moving out.
Green light
Alright.
team reporting. We're in the AO, heading toward the target.
Oh man.
Uh-oh. Looks like the horsemen of the apocalypse just showed up.
Okay. We have a choice. Take control of the dam or capture the enemy headquarters. And we have to run straight up the center if we follow the highway.
Copy.
There's a man pad taking shots. Bennett's Super Stallion. Let's put some fire on that building. We are out of mortars.
Artillery on the move. Dumping cargo.
Let's bring fresh paladins in.
Relocating to the next emplacement.
I don't really want to go up that highway in the valley. It's just asking to be shot from those high-rise towers. Perfect position to be ambushed. So I'm going to angle my snipers, probably head them over towards that building complex on top of the hillside. Push the Strykers up the hill, across the open plain, which they're made for. Bring enough air defense with us, we might be able to push into the city without being ambushed. About to lose a Lav AD.
Artillery ready. Set mission.
We have a generous stockpile of points. Let's try and get some counter battery fire on this huge artillery position. We have to keep in mind that those swimmers are heading towards the dam. And we are at the very base of the river, so they're going to flood us out if that goes off. And I have seen it go off when I replayed the mission earlier. A-10 strike. Thank you very much for that. Man-pad managing to clap it. Snipers can't see anything there, but they can if they're in this building. They can see up into that little village. The commie block.
Moving out. Moving there now. Recon vehicle standing by.
So we're getting some pressure from the right, but Bennett's holding them okay. We can't dally for too long. It looks like the Special Forces team are about halfway to their destination too. Need to get a move on. Maybe it's time for F-35s? They cost a fair amount. If we brought all four in, we could scope out their air defenses. Let's bring in some supplies here. Make sure everyone's stocked up, move our artillery across the bridge, and then we'll make our move. Almost hit by a ballistic missile. Shockwave paralyzing the crew. Can Forcon finish them off? We have sustained mortar barrage on that man-pad position. As our transport helicopter comes in, we've managed to kill them. We have a KA-52 circling around the back line.
Striker here. Striker here.
Nailed down the position. It's here. Finally. We've spotted a unit of infantry up in that commie block. So we're going to barrage them out and then charge up the hill. Dismount our troopers. They can push into the buildings, clear that block, and then the Strykers will move up the hill.
The further they fall.
There's also a supply base up there. Let's bring in the Super Cobras. They are only fitted out with rockets.
All trench monkeys, dismount! Regroup and move up!
Got him. Alright, let's go. Up the hill. We'll have helicopter support.
Pedal to the metal.
And we'll be able to probe their air defense. If I don't encounter much air defense, that would be prime time to bring in the strike fighters to clear the city further up.
Anti-aircraft here, at your command.
I'm going to leave a Lav AD here for this circling KA-52.
Copy. Relocating. Air defense, standing by.
I'm trying to resupply my allies as well.
Heavy weapons ready. Heavy weapons here.
Now the troopers should clear this block pretty quickly.
Weapons team under fire.
They have light machine guns, grenade launchers.
Double time. Order ready to engage, sir.
But they lose that firepower really quickly when they start losing squad members. So concentrate them, I think.
Ready for action. Striker ready. Lab standing by.
Let's bring it back now.
Super Cobra waiting.
Alright, Super Cobras, let's go and get some cover, probe their air defense.
Already there.
The Stallion's under attack, because he's just hovering about. We have an MI-28 engaging our Lav AD. Popping smoke. Oh no! Oh, I thought it was going to hit the supply bay. Run!
Lab ready for action.
The Stingers are so unreliable, it feels. Oh, that poor pilot just got splattered. Right, the enemy have drones up, so we have lost the element of surprise.
New heading set.
No sign of air defense.
Striker standing by. Roger. We're Oscar Mike.
Bring the SHORAD up, try and engage those drones.
Moving out.
Running low on Stingers.
Humvee here.
We have replacement scouts.
Fence standing by.
Patriot system has been moved closer. Alright, we have a radar target. Bring in the CJs to clear out that air defense.
Cobra standing by. Roger. Flying there.
SHORAD's trying to engage the drone, but it looks like they're at the very limits of the missile's envelope.
Striker awaiting orders. Troop transport standing by. Moving out. Lab here. We're combat ready.
CJs can do both jobs.
Looking for enemy air defense.
Looks like we cleared out. There was only one radar emission and we destroyed it.
Changing course. New course set.
We have air defenses over near
I got a smoke
the dam,
Not good. Proceeding is right.
as well as manpads throughout the city. Whoa! Let's try and get those harms away. Oh well.
Vehicle has been hit. Need repair.
Now we know a lot more than we did.
Troop transport ready.
Alright, so the air defense has been pretty well suppressed.
Someone call for a cab. Roger.
Okay, there's some text going on here. They're cancelling the arming procedure. We took full control of the dam. How? Well, there's no time to worry about that. We're bringing in the Marines now. We need to shore up our
Green Light team
infantry.
reporting. We've reached the dam. We start unpacking the special device.
The doomsday clock just started ticking. Move it, Commander.
Vehicle ready. Personal carrier here.
Let's load up the troopers.
Carrier ready. Pedal to the metal.
So far, so good. Bring supplies.
AH-1 ready for combat. Copy. Relocating.
I could use trucks to bring up my other supplies, but nah, we'll just keep advancing.
Standing by. Artillery at your command.
So the Delta Force team captured the dam by themselves.
Base of fire.
Okay.
Humvee reporting in. Roger. Moving to next waypoint. Anti-aircraft here. At your command.
Heavy lift ready. Flight path updated. You need something lifted?
We're closing in on their HQ. Keep pushing. We're almost there.
Delivery point received.
Moving there now. Striker here.
Alright, let's bring the SHORADs up to defend this landing. They need new Stingers. They don't have many left. And we have 10 minutes.
Still have time, but don't waste it.
This is where the Strykers will come in handy. Once we get them resupplied and ready for this push, I'll put some artillery on all the high rises.
Good copy. Next waypoint received.
The artillery is on its way.
Artillery standing by. Artillery moving out.
Oh, it looks like Bennett's sending in Venoms.
Heading there.
Let's send our Super Cobras to assist them.
Weapons team at your command, sir. Mount up and move out.
Yeah, he's sending them straight up the middle. They're encountering manpads. Let's go.
Solid copy.
Try and help clear them out.
Target received. Engaging. Copy. Initiating attack.
I really like them.
New flight.
They're quite fragile, but they've got a surprising amount of firepower for a drop.
New heading set.
The only problem is they only carry 8. So they can really only carry support and recon units.
Tally target. Engaging.
I thought about building a Striker deck with Venoms in it, but the troopers have 9 per squad, so they don't fit in a Venom.
Here. Heavy lift here.
Who needs support? We're on the move.
That tank just had a really bad day. We took some hits,
Heavy lifter here.
Fighting vehicle.
pull the Stallion out, and let's advance.
53 here.
Striker at your
Super Cobras are pulling out.
moving there now.
Managed to assist that landing pretty well.
Ready to rain
Don't know how long Bennett's forces will hold there.
direct fire engagement.
Let's put some fire on these towers.
Targets with direct fire.
I don't trust them.
Striker awaiting orders.
CH-53 heavy lift helicopter here.
Moving out.
Just trying to sneak this Stallion as close as possible because these guys will have to walk on foot.
Lift ready.
We have Forcon, Marines, and Assault rockets, which can be used against infantry. It's time for the Joint Strike Fighters.
Flying the coordinates.
They are stealth fighters, so they should be able to penetrate pretty deeply. We've taken out all the known radar defenses.
Flight plan updated.
We are fitted out with AMRAAMs and bombs.
Stealth jet ready. Roger, flying there.
The big bombs. 2,000 pounders, I think. I think our shoreheads have all been defeated. Where are they?
Moving to next waypoint. Already there. Roger, moving out.
Su-57 moving out to counter our F-35s. No one made any hits with their missiles. Let's just bomb this whole complex. Clear any possible garrison. 4 jets there have run off the Su-57. Alright, big hits to all the buildings, but no sign of enemy casualties. I'm not entirely sure what happened to my Striker shoreheads, but they don't seem to be around anymore. We have 1 LAV AD.
Flying right now. Thrusting
And I'm not timing this, but I'm pretty sure that we don't have much time left, so let's just make our push now.
Lab here. Roger.
We need to keep this air defense with us as long as possible.
Team ready.
They can carry a lot. Let's bring 2 of those to pick up any stragglers.
ready to lift. Cut the rope. We
That is, if I remember, dropping our Marines.
Waypoint received.
Let's get the Super Stallion away.
Striker ready.
Stallion copies.
Alright, get out of there, Super Stallion.
Striker here. Fire and maneuver.
Snipers ready. Moving quietly.
I don't think she's going to get away. Maybe? Door gunner having a good go. Let's bring in the Hornet.
Sniper team, at your orders, sir.
Oh, our snipers are about to die.
The bug is in the air.
One more hit and our vehicle's died. Lab reporting in.
Our replacement air defense is on its way.
Ghosts. Sneaking in.
lost snipers. They have an Su-25 up. That's a bad day for us if that thing strafes us.
Oscar Mike.
Tally ho!
Our Hornet is engaging. Missed with the first missile.
Proceeding as frag.
I brought in the second Hornet just in case. We need air supremacy.
Hornet copies.
So one will retreat, the other one will provide cover.
Fast landing assistance. What can I do for you? Roger. Moving to next waypoint.
Gornostrelki, I think we have enough. Yes, we still have enough active protection.
Copy. Relocating. Good to go. Striker report.
That's one of the main reasons I wanted to play as the Striker Company for this mission, is because they all had active protection on every vehicle,
Smoke deployed.
which makes our time much easier, bringing up heaps of infantry carriers for any vehicles we lost.
Fighting vehicle at your command, sir.
Another Su-57, can the Hornet tangle with it?
Smoke.
I'm not sure if it's got any ground attack loadout.
Pedal to the metal.
And the Hornet is our last option for air. Yeah, it is. We are on cooldown.
Force recon here.
Big hit there from the Hornet on the Su-57. Maximum range.
Striker at your command, sir.
There doesn't seem to be much happening in the city. Did our artillery clear out the buildings enough? These brand new infantry carriers are going to take ages to catch up.
Roger. We're on the move.
Fast move to there and then up the hill. And then fast move to there.
Next waypoint. Striker awaiting orders.
But I think the victory might be in our hands if these guys don't get squashed by enemy defenses.
Move.
Weapons team at your orders. Devil dogs here.
If we're not careful, we might not have any infantry to get picked up.
Deadly.
With a Russian IFE on its way, BTR. Jav out on it. Through the roof hatch. Not enough to kill it.
Search and destroy.
Alright, the F-18 Hornet is bingo fuel. He has to return to base. We have no more air cover.
Striker ready for action.
Going toe-to-toe with the Terminator. Taking out the Lav AD instantly.
We're coming into range of their HQ. Look at that. Supplies, artillery, surface-to-air missiles, all packed in tight like a powder keg waiting to blow.
Moving there now.
Light 'em up, Commander. Leave nothing standing.
Striker ready for combat.
Now, gun strikers only have 105mm guns, so they're not dedicated tank guns.
Troop transport reporting in.
They don't have a lot of ammo.
Moving a new fighting position.
There's an air defense launcher there, but it was deactivated, and we just blew it up.
Already
Look at all this Russian artillery. Jesus, if that opened fire on us, we'd be dead.
pedal to the metal. Roger. We're Oscar
Just keep pushing. We have an Su-25 up, but there's nothing I can do about it. My air defense was killed. And fighters are still on cooldown, although the F-35s will be back on station the quickest.
Roger. Moving out.
Oh, we've got a tank in our rear.
We're engaging.
We have to pull back to intercept it. Just pour fire onto it. All angles. Again, I am Zerg rushing. But I feel like if I had to spread out, we might have encountered more enemy defenses. So we found a breakthrough, we're just going to capitalize on it. Holy moly, that was a big explosion. What happened there?
Marines here. We're in combat.
Pushed into the enemy headquarters, there isn't much resistance.
Roger. Move.
As the smoke clears from that devastating explosion, we hear an air raid siren, so we're deploying the F-35s.
Moving out. Personal carrier here.
Going to clear the skies, and then bomb any building that looks like it has any movement in it. But the Strykers and their active protection are able to withstand any ATGMs that come their way. Even the RPGs have stopped too.
Weapons team here. Fighting vehicle ready for combat. Weapons team standing by.
35s are in. There's an SU-57 up.
4th of July show they'll never forget.
We did it, Commander! Enemy troops are starting to retreat. Green light team, this is Lieutenant Colonel Williams. Abort the mission. The city is ours. I repeat, abort the mission.
Armed and ready.
Understood. We cancel the army procedure and wrap up the device.
After this, Miller can
Saturate
piss
them.
off and let us be.
You
Pull
clearly
back.
don't know the man. He'll never forgive you for standing up to him. And he'll make you pay. But you did the right thing. And I'm proud.
35's leveling the city block. And that's it. We managed to finish it on hard without blowing up the dam and causing a nuclear catastrophe. That's the end of the American campaign. We still have the Russians to play. And then we will see the aftermath. Make sure to tune in next time